Yo, 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 what it motherfucking do? It's your girl Jay, my high priestess, back at it again for this full moon in Cancer that we are having on January 13th, 2025. The full moon is happening at 2:27 a.m. Pacific. I can't hit you with the handy dandy because I don't have it, so maybe I'll add that later. Add in what Elias Lonsdale has to say about the full moon. I do want to see what degree it's happening at, so BRB. All right, I figured it out. It's happening at 24 degrees Cancer, and 24. That's pretty deep in Cancer. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is harmony, and I feel like with the full moon, it being a full moon, y'all know full moons are periods of release, and Cancer is a sign of I feel. And so there's something about it's time to shed some old emotional responses, heal our relationship to home, heal our relationship to our feelings. Ooh, I just heard some of us need to forgive ourselves for our old emotional responses. Forgive ourselves for the way that we used to feel or the way that we used to go about things. Forgiving ourselves for wanting the things that the divine said, no, you can't have that. Forgiving ourselves for the way that we responded, the way that we broke when God took it away. Forgiving ourselves for not being as grateful for the things that stayed, forgiving ourselves and releasing our emotional connections or ties to the past. Cancer governs the past, and you all know can't nobody glamorize the past like a Cancer sun, moon, or rising. And there's this. I made sure that I did this reading at the ocean because Cancer is the oncoming wave. Cancer is the initiation of the wave. Cancer energy is that point where the wave, like, it starts, it crests, and it breaks that cardinal, like the initiation of the wave. So I just finished canoe surfing for the first time, and it's this like ancient practice that was like their main way of travel, and I feel so connected to the mana. Like I feel so connected to this land, the Aina, this place. There's something about Three of Wands just staring back at me at the bottom of the deck. There's something about looking forward. He's because the thing is that he's actually looking forward over the ocean, and there are boats. Our ships are coming in. I know that this lighting is kind of fucked, but I want. Okay, okay, we can do that. I mean, see less of the ocean, but your ships are coming in. But the thing is you had to release them. You had to ship the motherfuckers out. You had to say goodbye. Some of you, I just heard Joni Mitchell's "Oh, it's in the door. You don't know what you've got till it's gone." Some people need to know what it's like with you gone, what it's like with you away. Some people need to. There's some stuff you've let go of. There's some stuff you may be having to let go of that will come back to you. And it'll come back to you fuller. It'll come back, it'll yield a return. There will be a bloom, there will be a blossoming. And so, all right, I'm gonna try to just get in it because this is the last full day that I have in Hawaii, and I honestly don't want to spend it working. So Libra through Capricorn, you may get the shit end of the stick, and I have to film this like back somewhere else. But there's something about, I mean, or having to film this in other places, but I did the best that I can. Hey, booty cheeks on the screen. We like that. Anyway. That's like Cancer ho shit coming through me. Y'all know I got a Cancer moon. I like this. I just, we have a little contrast. Sorry for the shakes. Move, move, shake, shake, now drop. All right. Full moon in Cancer, January 13th at 2:27 p.m. Pacific time. Clearing out any funky energy. Welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for everyone I read for. It's full moon in Cancer. Time to shed some old emotional responses. And okay, for that to come up, that means the old emotional responses have to come up or have to be triggered so that you can identify them. So some of us are hella triggered right now. Some of us are, and I mean it in the like literal psychological sense of being triggered. Some of us are experiencing a trigger so we can like, why do I keep doing that? Why does that keep coming up for me? And then you get to peel back the layers of it. Then you get to peel back the layers of like, fuck, every time this happens. Or every time this happens, I do this. Every time that this emotion comes up, this is something that is evoked inside of me. And so some of us are being triggered or have been recently being really triggered so that the old emotional response can reveal itself and you are put in the position to call yourself the fuck out and to be done with it. And also, some of us are coming up because our relationship, it's okay, because our relationship to home is being re examined. And the need to understand what home is. Some of you may be moving, some of you are being called away, being deported, I didn't mean to say being deported, I meant to say being, okay, why can't the military sense of it being, why can't I think of the word? Deployment. Some of you are being, I did not mean to say deported. Maybe some of you know people that are getting deported. And if they already know, like there could just be, some of y'all need to speak your piece on that. Some of you need to start spending more time with that person that you know is and has the opportunity to be deported. Um, that's a message for someone. Some of you need to get prepared for that, for a deportation. But whoever it happens to, they experience victory over it. Like they win, they end up in a better situation, they end up like overcoming something. All right, and so when I was shuffling, the first card that came out was the Strength card reverse. Some of us are emotionally out of control or have lost control. Some of us are really struggling to connect to our feelings. Some of us are really struggling to identify our feelings. Some of us are experiencing a death of a cycle, a death of an old emotional cycle, a death of an old emotional response that may have been triggered or brought up by family, may have been brought up by your father, maybe somebody with Leo placements, something possibly about animals or pets. But there is an old cycle that I feel like is being identified so it can be released. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with something where you lost control of your emotions, or you felt like you lost control of your emotions, or something where you felt like there's something about like some of you like keep it together, Like, you don't show your emotions, you don't lash out, you don't like say that thing that you really want to say. You like always keep a smile on your face. Some of you are just too controlled in your emotions, and people may think that you're fake, but it's almost like people can't really learn or experience the real you because you are always so prim and proper and like put together, and you cool as a cucumber all the time when you got some shit to be hot as a tamale about. And there's a need to like show your fucking emotions, to feel your emotions, to express your anger, to express the things that need to be expressed so that A, you can feel better, B, you're not keeping all that stress in your body. That's like, that's how women are getting like autoimmune diseases, by not expressing their fucking emotions. And so we're not doing that. This may be a reading where I just channel. I may not even have cards, but like there's there's something moving through me here, and it's probably all the mana from the fucking ocean behind me that I hope you guys can see and hear. But we're letting something go. We're letting go of a lack mentality, a scarcity mentality, moving out of a place of fear. Fear that God won't show up and do it for you. Fear that the universe won't provide. Fear that you got to get it all by yourself. You got to get it how you live. Fear that if you change something up, that the money won't come there. Or if you move, or if you leave that job that pays all your bills and blah, blah, if you pursue your passion. Some of you are talking yourself out of your fucking dreams. When if you pursue the dream, it's like, hello, it's like right there. Some of us are talking ourselves out of our ancestral fucking abundance. Some of us are letting fear run shit so hard. Fear has bogarted the fucking steering wheel, the driver's seat, so hard for some of you that you don't even realize your dream is right on the other side of the fear. All your money, all that wealth that you just know, that some of you know you're supposed to be wealthy. Some of you know that you're supposed to be really, really, really financially prosperous. Some of you know that. And you're in this place of holding on to the little itty bitty dream that you got right now, not letting yourself dream bigger, not letting yourself really shoot your shot, when all that needed to happen was you acknowledging, hey, I'm controlling myself, and I'm trying to control the outcome of things so hard to a point that we're like delaying our own blessings. I don't believe we have the ability to block our own blessings. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like sometimes, yeah, we can block our own blessings, but a lot of us, it's just about the thought. There's something that you know you're supposed to be doing. There's something that you know you're like good at, that you're supposed to be. That little puppy has ran away from her like so many times all. And there's it's like something that you know you're supposed to be experiencing. And it's like, never mind, I was about to be I want a bathing suit like that. We're about to go bathing suit shopping. Anyway, sorry I messed up that channel. She had her little titties and little ass all in my face. Anyway, with the high priestess coming out at the bottom of the deck, there's just something. I feel like a lot of us have a knowing about something that we're supposed to be experiencing. A knowing about a certain like job, or a certain place you're supposed to live, a certain person that you're supposed to be with. You just have this knowing. And this full moon in Cancer, the high priestess is a Cancer card. This full moon in Cancer is putting you in the position to start to see how deep in the past, how you've built a foundation in fear. You have You have built the foundation of your future on a bed of fear. And that fear comes from a lack of expressing your raw emotions, a lack of authenticity, a lack of showing who you really are, in this overly controlling kind of like place of this is how I'm supposed to be, this is how I need to be perceived, this is how I should act, blah blah blah. Like there's this hyper controlled. Some of us are just like hyper fucking controlled. Like, I know I just said that, but that's what just keeps coming up. It's like you're like not being who you really are, because some of you think it's, oh, because I'm in the workplace and I need to like be in this professional setting and this is how I need to be, blah blah blah. Some of you do this, like, you make content and you don't really show who you are. Some of you, or you act a certain way or talk a certain way. Like some of you have changed your accent. Some of you, like things like that. Some of you are like dialing back how you talk, or dialing. It's like you're altering yourself. You're withholding. That's the word. That's the word. Some of us are withholding. There may be someone around you with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements that is withholding. And when you when you focus on your spiritual freedom, when you focus on like what it is that you're supposed to be doing, the people are your when you focus on what you're supposed to be doing and you're operating in your high priestess, hierophant mode, you vibrate at a frequency that puts other people around you at like ease, and everybody can just chill and like feel safe to be their whole selves and feel safe to take up space and be as big as they're supposed to be. So, okay, I just want to get to it. Hydrate, light it if you need it. What do we need to release? Ooh, fuck. Where did it go? Some of us are behaving in a way that this is what you think this is how a high priestess behaves. You think this is what a mystical or spiritual person is supposed to look like or act like or behave like. Please show us what we're supposed to be releasing. And that's what you need to release. This concept of spirituality, this concept of carrying yourself a certain way or being a certain way. You are divine, and the high priestess and the hierophant, you are everything. You are the world, all mixed in one little scoop of skin. You don't have to be like anybody else. You get to be who exactly the fuck you are. And you need to roar and scream and rage and love and expand and take up space, whichever way you feel is right for you. And when you do that, you give other people permission to do it too. So what needs to be released? For our greatest and highest good, you show us what, for this full moon in Cancer, what needs to be released? The Five of Cups reversed and the Six of Wands. Some of you are like sad that like you thinking that you failed before you even tried. Some of you have grief, loss, remorse, regrets from the past, and you're like, because it went this way before, I can't move forward. Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Some of you are talking yourself out of your own education, out of your own success, out of your own greatness. Some of you are letting a previous betrayal or a previous deception keep you from public success and recognition, reward, having these really heart-based decisions that puts you in a position to break free from the old place in the mind. Puts you in a position to break free. and to find new groups. Spirit, source, is there anything else you need to say? Final card, final message. I got stuff to do. I need to go bikini shopping. I love you. Final message for this full moon in Cancer. The Seven of Pentacles with Judgment on the bottom of the deck. The fruit of your labor will coming in. The ships are coming in. The seeds that you planted. All you need to figure out, all you need to do, make sure, are you doing the maintenance? Are you doing the emotional, spiritual, financial, and physical maintenance? So that you can have the yields on your return in this physical realm, in this 3D reality. Are you giving your body the physical, are you giving your body the nutritional input it needs so it can give you the energetic output that you're asking for it? Are you watering your plants or just expecting them to grow? Do you give them sunshine? Do you prune? How do you tend to your dreams? And for a lot of us, we need to just shut the fuck up and listen. Because the divine is trying to bring you something brand new. And it's going to come in hot. There are new people, there are new opportunities, there are new relationships, but first off, there are new instructions. And so we've got to get off the fence. You've got to take heed on the calling on your heart. And I need you to know that your calling was not a fucking conference call. No, I don't care how psychic someone says that they are. No one's going to tell you what your mission and what your goal in life is that you're supposed to be doing. That is between you and the God of your understanding. And so there is this deep metaphysical rebirth that I feel like is happening for a lot of us. Our physical and spiritual ears are being open, being like popped open, and some of you are becoming clairaudient, some of you are already clairaudient, and it's gonna like intensify. Some of you are about to get really and then you're gonna notice because you're gonna get really, really sensitive to sound, and like children screaming or just like little things, like little sounds may start to like set you off. And that, I'm just letting you know, like your clairaudience is expanding, and messages will be coming to you by way of music and books. But we got to start taking care of our physical body. Some of us need new habits, and when those new habits get solidified, or those of you who have started new habits and are being consistent, all of a sudden there's a quickening, and that Cancer, mama, goddess, high priestess shit takes off in a way where it's just like, I didn't think that I could yield this much fruit. Do your part, be your whole fucking self. Crash the fuck out if you need to. Say the thing that needs to be said. You do it, you'll be blessed. I love you. You got this. Happy full moon. I hope